Look closely at the layout of any major Western capital. Beneath the asphalt and steel, the streets follow geometric alignments designed to harmonize human activity with the movement of the stars. These ruins are the remains of the original mystery schools. In antiquity, these temples were the supreme centers of education, where science, art, and religion functioned as a single unified discipline. Ancient teachers divided this knowledge into two tiers. The exoteric layer consisted of the public rituals and dogmas shared with the masses. The esoteric core contained the mechanical truths of the universe, reserved strictly for initiated students. Mastering these universal mechanics requires looking past the public ritual. For the initiate, identifying the exoteric layer is the mandatory first step toward reclaiming their own godhead. Over centuries, this system broke down. As untutored minds gained political authority, the rising monotheistic powers viewed these independent centers of knowledge as a threat to their dominance. The great temples were systematically shut down. The initiation centers of Egypt were abandoned, leaving behind desolate stone tombs and scattered fables as the only witnesses to their faith. Elite powers gradually warped the divination arts, fracturing the curriculum into isolated, misunderstood fragments. This forced true practitioners underground to protect the original, uncontaminated forms of their work. This suppression separated ordinary people from their own sovereign power. While the light of the mystery schools was hidden from public view, the practitioners ensured the knowledge remained intact within the shadows. Behind the veil, students began a curriculum centered on the four high arts of divination: astrology, numerology, Kabbalah, and the tarot. Initiates use the tarot as a complex symbolic map of the macrocosmic and microcosmic dimensions. Each card represents a specific dynamic between our inner psychology and the outer environment. The Kabbalistic tree of life acts as the organizing framework for this entire system. By moving through its specific nodes, an initiate can climb from the physical world up toward higher archetypal levels of cognition. These four arts function as cognitive tools, engineered to lift human awareness from material stereotypes into a state of symbolic awareness. Once an initiate's mind was prepared, they practiced a method of active communication with the cosmos. These seers used dawn trances to align themselves with the first rays of the rising sun. Initiates used the sun's rays to radiate intent into the universe, projecting willpower toward the solar focal point. They then awaited a response in the full moon's light, which mirrored back thoughts and answers to the earth. Celestial events like eclipses function as safety valves for these energies. During a solar eclipse, the unbridled will of the Earth radiated into the cosmos. During a lunar eclipse, the darkness allowed more intimate, hidden thoughts to reach the human unconscious. Space functions as a living mechanism. Learning to participate in its conversational processes is an essential step in human evolution. The mystery schools divided their pupils into strict classes based on which faculty of the soul they had mastered. Sages mastered the faculty of thinking to map spiritual connections. Healers refined feeling to a point of total self-sacrifice, allowing them to treat their peers. Magi focused on the faculty of will to carry out specific, powerful requirements for humanity. A fourth category of initiate possessed a balanced synthesis of all three traits: thinking, feeling, and willing. Despite being less specialized, this group was designated as the human being in the highest sense. This structure is reflected in the councils of 12 highly specialized masters, who deferred to a 13th individual from this fourth class. This leader possessed the harmony required to guide the others and ensure world evolution moved forward. Advancing humanity truly requires this perfect synthesis of faculties, rather than the isolated mastery of a single trait. When the physical empires of Egypt and Chaldea collapsed, the knowledge survived by flowing into an invisible underground stream. This wisdom was passed down through the Essenes, the developers of Gnostic Christianity, and the Knights Templar. Each group maintained the curriculum while adopting different titles and symbols to avoid detection. The mechanics of the universe remain constant. When suppressed, the knowledge simply adopts new symbolic garments to survive. Eventually, groups like the Rosicrucians and the Freemasons, the Guild of the Builders, integrated these ancient cosmic proportions into modern stone and glass. The builders encoded the geometry of the Giza pyramids into their blueprints and placed the 12 signs of the zodiac within cathedral stained glass. These secret initiatory spaces utilize the exact geometric and symbolic layouts of the ancient world. The checkered floor and the placement of the ashlar stones are tools designed to maintain the connection between the material and the spiritual. The great work is ongoing. The divination arts are waiting to initiate us back into our Godhead, reclaiming our sovereignty through the wisdom handed down by the ancestors.